Hey everyone, what is up? Today I have some very exciting footage and information to share with all the Splatoon fans out there. Real quick, I'm sorry I could not post yesterday as I promised, but there were events I could not foresee that rendered me unable to create content that day. But that just means we'll probably have a double, possibly triple upload today. Now, back to the news. As far as I know, there isn't a ton of information on the subject. I myself just recently found out about the new information. I've only seen half the information explained in a couple videos on YouTube. This new information I'm referring to is the two game modes that are currently in beta stage for Splatoon 2. These two game modes go by Rocket and 8-Ball. For a majority of both the game modes, the coding is done for the actual game itself, with some minor bugs to be fixed. So some dataminers by the names of Simon1844, Oatmeal Dome, Pedroneg, and NazaF21 were able to unlock the beta stage game modes and play for themselves. For the Rocket game mode, both teams head to the center of the map to shoot ink at a rocket. Once enough ink is hit by one team, the rocket will shoot up towards the enemy base of that team and drop the rocket nozzle weapon. When a player picks up the weapon, they no longer have access to their special weapon, but the nozzle can be used to damage other players and launch the rocket again. Now, the more times you launch the rocket, the closer the rocket will be to the enemy. However, delaying the rocket launch will launch the rocket at a shorter distance than it normally would to the enemy side of the map. It's also important to note you will lose control if you take too long to launch the rocket. Similar to the Rainmaker in Tower Control, the closer the rocket gets to spawn, the lower your count will drop. If the rocket is launched from the 20 count, the match ends with a knockout. I also thought it was important to note, in the beta version the Dataminers played, I noticed the Octoling lost the rocket nozzle when the team took too long to launch the rocket, and the rocket respawned at the center. I'm not too sure what happens when the player with the rocket nozzle just gets splatted. Possibly it'll just respawn at the next rocket landing, or the weapon just drops like the Rainmaker and is free to pick up by any other player. Real quick, we can actually take a look at the current stats of the rocket nozzle in the firing range. Now, as you can see, the fire rate is extremely high, higher than any other weapon I believe we currently have. But to even out the playing field, each shot only does 5 damage. Now, there is a range limit to the blaster though, and it seems to be possibly Squiffer to bamboozle at performance. Maybe Splat Charger at max. Currently though, we do not have any more information on the Rocket game mode, but now we have the next game mode in the works, which is actually a lot simpler than what we just went over with the Rocket. This game mode is called 8-Ball, and not like the name implies, there isn't actually 8 balls. It's probably referring to the game 8-Ball Pool because the gameplay is a little similar. I just like to point out how funny this looks. Since there is no model for the giant 8-Ball, a giant golden egg is being used in its place, which just looks hilarious. That aside, the game rules are pretty simple. To gain points, you shoot the ball in the direction that you want to move it. The closer it is to the end point, similar to Tower Control and Rainmaker, the lower your team's count is. If the ball is shot over to the enemy pedestal, which could be changed to a pocket to match the 8-Ball Pool theme, the match will end with a knockout. Me personally, the 8-Ball game mode sounds a little boring and slow. It's basically just Rocket League with a 1-point goal. The Rocket game mode is really interesting, but I also feel like there is just a lot of waiting in it. If the time between the rocket launch and the landing is short, then the game would be great. If Nintendo makes it too long, then the players will be stuck in just a team deathmatch until the rocket lands. But I'm sure Nintendo will find a way to make both of these games interesting, fun, and fast-paced like they have with the past 5 game modes we currently have. Hey guys, really sorry to say, in the editing of this video, I learned that I will actually not be able to make it to the E3 live event. I'm really sorry. I will be doing a watch-along the same day though, so if anyone has not watched it past the time that it aired, I will be doing a watch-along if you want to watch it with me for everyone who's missed the E3 live event. Thank you all for watching the video, and as always, if you want to see more videos like these, click the head in the cold ramen, and I'll see you guys in the next one.